our guest of the day, and we are privileged. We are having an amazing time right here in studio, and of course you that is watching us from home is enjoying amazing music from our first guest of the day. And without further ado, I want her to say hello, to introduce herself. Hi Benard, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing today? Good morning. I know it's morning in Kenya. Over here it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. This is, of course, KUTV Kenya. The show is Art and Culture Monday, and we are having you for our art segment of the show, and we are loving your music. But before we go any further, please say hello to our Kenyan audience and, of course, to our Seattle audience. Just say hello, tell us who you are and what you do, then we do this.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm Ulrykah Benard. I am Kenyan all the way, baby. Let's see. I began doing the music thing since I was little, but then I decided to do professional like right before the pandemic hit. So my first song came out in like 2020, around the summer. So yeah, but I'm excited to be on your show. I hope everybody follows me. So if you guys don't mind sharing my social so that they too can stay tuned with what I got going on. Yeah. Yes, and hi Seattle. They're on the other coast. I'm in the DC area, so yeah.
Yes, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you today. So you would say COVID is what really is the season when you started your singing, your writing. But I believe you had an interest before then. So when did you discover, when did you discover you had an interest in music?
Since I was like probably about 5 or 6 years old, I was always in like music festivals, choirs, and all that other stuff. So I used to compete like in school. So we'd always make internationals with my choir team at the time.
Yes.
I was always a writer. And so, I also was always singing, but now rapping is a new thing for me. Yes. So I just decided, well, you know what, let me take a leap. Let me create my own lane, and so that's what I'm doing. So yes. Yeah.
Awesome. So what happened? Is it COVID that happened, or what exactly triggered you to know, you're thinking, I need to do this thing, I need to do this professionally, nicely, like you have done. What was the inspiration, or what was the trigger that now made you think this is the right time, this is the time to introduce myself to the music industry and to do some nice songs?
Because I just got to a point in life, I'm like, you know what? I'm not getting any younger. So if there's anything that I desire out of this life, I want to do it now while I still got the strength and the energy, the excitement for it. So, I just decided I don't want another chance to go by me just because, sometimes you discourage yourself in life. You're like, oh, I've always wanted to do this and that, but you never get around to doing it. And so for me, I just was like, you know what? I want by the time I die that I've done everything in this lifetime that I always wanted to do. This is one of them.
Yes, amazing. So it was a now or never kind of situation. You need to get doing this to get into the music industry.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, I like that. So what genre is your music? Are you mixing different genres, or what exact genre is your music?
I honestly refer to myself as a journalist artist simply because I have done so many different kinds of music. So like I have a reggae song, which is Insecure. The one you just played is The Way, that's R&B. I have songs that are just all rap.
Yes.
So I'm kind of a mixed bag. And so soon I'll probably have a country song.
Yes.
We'll see if I have the sound for it.
Great.
But I'm keeping an open mind. I just want for the audience to listen to music they can enjoy. And, I don't want to be put in a box.
True. And yeah. We are loving that because that is making us enjoy your music. Very diverse audience can enjoy your music because we don't know what's coming. The next thing could be rap. The next thing could be anything. And I think that keeps us excited. That keeps us ready to interact with your work. I want us to go back a little bit, and because you are in Washington right now, to know when did you travel to Washington? Was it for work purposes, or what took place in that scenario?
I came here, actually I'm in Maryland. but
Yes.
DC, Washington, DC is like down the street from my house.
Yes.
So I came here about 22 years ago. I came to go to college. So I did my bachelor's, did my master's, got a few IT certifications and stuff like that. So I've been trying to keep busy and still trying to get paid, honey. I'm all about my cash. Yeah. So yeah, but I've been here for a while now. So I love it here. Life is like, you were talking about culture shock earlier.
Yes.
I happened to catch that part. And yeah, when you first come here, it's the culture will hit you.
Exactly. And you are my inspiration for that topic, because as I was going through your bio and it got me thinking, you might have experienced a huge culture shock, because moving all the way from here to Washington, moving all the way, cultures, the food, the everything. We are going to be getting to that in a bit. We just want to handle the heart of the conversation, which is your music right now. And but before we get there, we were talking about, so you got in your bag a degree, a master's, a few certificates. And you are now an IT engineer?
I am. I also own managing services a provider, like where I have a company that basically provides services to literally anyone that uses computers. So yeah.
Amazing. I like that. I think that was you in your bag very, very nicely. You are doing well. I just want you to know that you are doing well. As far as we are concerned right here, you are doing well. So how are you getting in between your company, IT services, and music? How has that juggling been like?
It's, music, it inspires you depending on what you're going through. So like if you're having a good day, there's a song for that. If you're having a bad day, there's a song for that too. So it really just depends. And most of the time I find myself coming up with, music and stuff like that really when I'm driving. Driving is like, that's my studio time. I'm in there like bumping and grinding on songs and stuff like that.
Yes.
And then the next thing when I'm done, I'm like, okay, that sounds good. Let's go to the studio with that one. So that's what I do.
Wow, amazing. I do like that. I find creatives very different. Everyone is creative. Everyone's creative environment is very different. And I like that yours is your car. And like I said, that drives to and from work might really be something. And we are enjoying the fruits of that.
That's right. I never mind like getting stuck in traffic, because I'm like, oh good, I can write another song while I'm at it.
Exactly. You have enough time. And probably that might not be Kenya, but I know traffic is there. So you have enough time to create your music. So 2020, you released your first song. How was the reception?
It was pretty good. Like the first couple of weeks, the song had a lot of views and stuff like that. And that's what I'm working towards, is increasing the audience, getting to know what people want to listen to, listening to the competition, see what they're talking about.
Yes.
So it's a steady growing process, working with different artists and, trying to improve the game, because everyone has something to offer. We all don't have to sound like the same person. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes like when you tell people that you rap, they might be like, oh, well, you don't sound like Cardi B. I don't have to. I sound like Ulrykah Benard. Exactly.
All right. Yeah. I am loving that. So moving on, did that encourage you to do your next song and the next one and the next one?
Like right now, I have a few songs that I'm about to release.
Yes.
I'm pretty excited about that. What I'm working on right now is actually finishing up some of the videos I had done. I like the one that you're gonna play later, Insecure. I did that in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Which was an absolutely beautiful island. So when I was there, I was like, you know what? Let's get in here and make this money. So that's what I did. Yeah, but I'm excited about what I have coming this year. I know I will have a few singles out. Actually, I'm working on trying to get some done before, mid-April. So there's stuff coming.
Yes.
So you can expect to see me on your show again.
I'm expectant to hear your music, a lot of what you're working on right now. I'm hoping, from here on, we're going to be playing you regularly, right here on this show specifically, to just get to enjoy your good music. So since 2020 and your first song, how many songs do you have out right now?
Out right now, I have 6, but in the bag and waiting, I probably have like maybe almost even 30 songs. It's just some of them is just a matter of finishing, mixing, and mastering. Yes. Some I'm waiting on like the videos to be completed. and also I'm working on, copyright. So that also takes time. So, that's some of the delays that that's kind of holding back the stuff from coming out.
All right. You have mentioned, yes, you've mentioned something interesting about copyright, and I'd like to know how copyright works right where you are. How do you go about that? Because many of our Kenyan artists struggle with copyright for a very long time. How does copyright work over there?
Well, here we just go through ASCAP and the copyright.gov. And so that pretty much registers the song globally. And I understand that every country might have their own registration board, but really, like, once you have it done from here, that's pretty much world recognized. So yeah, you just, go ahead, there's a whole link online. So you go on there and you just fill out all the information that you need to fill out, upload the MP3, MP4, whatever you have. Lyrics, if you have that too, then you gotta pay, of course. America loves its money. So once all that is done, then they will send you a certificate to certify that song, the lyrics, the whole thing belongs to you. So that way, if someone else comes back and says, or even want to use some of your content, they can. It's copywritten.
Yes, it's copywritten. I like the fact that it's copyright globally. Like wherever you go, wherever you will perform your music ever, wherever you're going to go, whoever, in whichever country, your music is safe. I do like that. I do like that because a lot of our musicians here are struggling with copyright. Very good music, but we are yet to get in line. We are yet to get our copyright right. And I hope that this interview is helping someone, to know how to get their money in the bag even before they release their music. So, Benard, are you working under any record label? You're a solo artist, or how are you going about your production? Who are your video producers, your audio producers? Are you working with a team?
Well, I have folks that I work with, yes. However, I am a solo artist.
Yes.
Usually, if I find people who are good at, say, doing, good mixing and mastering, I will stay with that one person.
Yes.
Or it depends on if I want to change the style, then I could possibly, change that. But for the most part, most of the folks I'm working with are actually in Kenya.
Amazing.
And the reason for that is because Kenya kuna pesa, so it's like, so so some of the folks that do work with me are actually back home. Most of my songs are mixed and mastered in Kenya, so I record it here, then I send all the stuff over there, and then I have my folks over there work on it.
Yes.
And at least that way they still, they keep getting paid, because I know they no money over there. So,
I do like that because we have real talent here. We have people who know how to do their stuff. So the fact that, you send that money back home, we are happy. We are happy that you actually do that, and you get good quality in return. It's not mercy money. It's someone is doing very nice work for you, and so you are able to put something in their bag, and that is amazing. Would you mind who have you?
All my stuff is done there too.
Yes. Would you mind who have you worked with that is here in Kenya?
Oh, a lot of people. So let's see. My producer, the one that mostly has been doing most of my mixing and mastering lately, is Kunta. From Ulrykah Radio. I have also worked with a few other artists that I've worked with. Music Jared is actually, one of the biggest plugs that I've been working with. He's the one who actually got me on your show. So yeah, he's like legit one. Like, I really wish that he could just win the lottery already, because he's really good at what he does.
Yes.
He's actually helped to really propel me further over there, Let's see, who else do I work with? I work with a bunch of people. I got to go through my phone and see. I have folks at Citizen TV that I work with too, Icon Radio. Let's see, I think I might have people at Standard. So I just kind of work with different teams of people over there.
And now you have added KUTV Kenya to that list.
Absolutely.
Of people that you are working with. What is the advantage of working as a solo artist as opposed to working under a record label, or how have you found it advantageous to work as a solo artist?
Well, the good thing about working as a solo artist, you kind of just control how you get your stuff out. With a record label, they might have terms and conditions that you have to follow, and they want certain things by certain time or whatever.
Yes.
And life is busy. You have other things to do. True. I love music, yes, but right now it's we're working on it becoming source of income. So, we'll see. So, it's still a work in progress. And so that's why I'm working on getting more stuff out. And then if I'm picked up by a label, great. I do own a music company myself as well. But it's new. We just started that. So maybe eventually, once it's time, maybe I'll turn it into a label. Then I'll be my first artist.
True, we like that. We do like that for you. I want to move on to of the 6 songs that you have released. Are there any collabos in there?
No, out of the 6 songs, no, not yet. But there are some collabos that I'm about to release soon.
Yes, that will have collabos.
That's right. And all my collabos over there. I mean, I have collabed with people here, but we have not released anything yet. So sometimes, like if you're on someone's song, you have to wait until they're ready to release it. So it's kind of like we're stuck.
Yes.
So.
But you're waiting. You're planning. You have done something about it. So we are going to be hearing a number of collabos here and there. Yes. So what are you working on currently?
Currently, trying to get these songs that I have right now finished, and all that stuff that I had just said, and then we can work on getting them released. Yes. So, like right now, there's a few songs that I'm working on getting mixed and mastered. So that's what we're waiting on.
So 2023.
And also doing the video because that also
yes.
takes time.
So 2023 will be full of music from here and there from you, of course. We are expecting a number of songs out. We are excited to hear them. Where do you see Benard in, say, 5 years? Where do you want to see yourself musically, of course?
Where do I want to see myself? Somewhere high on top. But the only way we can get there is with the help of folks like you who help to push the brand forward, who help to promote the music, because if you don't play it, it's never going to be heard.
True.
And you have a platform that people tune into. So we need your help.
Yes, and that is why we are doing this, and we do this happily. As long as you know your stuff, you know what you're doing, we give this platform to to people to just slingshot them forward, to their audience and moving on. So apart from moving, I want to talk kidogo on culture shock. And you said you moved about 22 years ago.
I came here May 2000.
Wow. I want to believe culture shock was much of a bigger deal than it is now. How was that experience? How was that experience for you as a young girl, studying? How was that experience?
At first, when I first got here, it was really hard for me to understand them because Americans talk really different, So when I first landed here, the immigration people asking me questions, and I'm looking at them like, "What are you saying?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Ongea Kiswahili."
Yeah.
So that was the first shock for me, was just the language is like, okay, like there's a lot of tongue rolling, if you notice, like even like now I'm adjusted to it. I probably even sound like it myself now, but I've been here for so long.
Yes.
So, there's that. The food too. The food is a little different. Good thing I learned how to cook, so I can still eat Kenyan food from my house.
Yes.
Let's see what else. Like even just life here is very different. One of the things that I absolutely love about here, there's barely ever any dust. The roads are paved.
Yes.
Akuna vumbi, it's nice, and it's clean, and the folks are lawful, if there's a red light, people stop. If there's a green light, people go. Back home and it's not a diss, it's just Kenya, that's our country, folks just go any which way, and I'm like I just was there in November, right?
Yes.
It was my first time driving in Kenya, and that was quite the culture shock.
Yes. Coming back home was the culture shock. So it has been a mix of shock. Yes. So it's been a mix of good things and bad things. So it's not all bad. Culture shock doesn't have to be all bad things or all.
It's not bad.
Yes. So we can say it's all different things, both good and bad. How did you deal with it though? Okay, of course the time, 22 years is a long time, but what helped you through? Yes, I want to know what helped you, what helped you get through it, over time. And for a person, say they are traveling next month, to a different country, to Washington or even the UK, what would you have them know? Yes, we are hearing from Ulrykah Benard. We are having her on Zoom. Yes, we are having a conversation on her music. Benard, I was asking for someone who wants to travel, you know, to where you are, to Washington, D.C., to the UK, to very different countries. What would you want them to know that you probably didn't know when you were traveling?
Over here, when you go to the store, you can't bargain. Everything is the price that you see.
Yes. Amazing. So if you want to travel, you know.
Yeah. Then they add tax. Count. I mean, unless they own their own business or something. But really, like, whatever you find that you do travel, just, you know, be patient with yourself, give yourself some grace, and just take the time to learn that city and learn the people. But most of all, only one thing to just learn your surroundings.
All right, so give yourself some time. You will get into it. You're going to learn a few things. Yes, so we are preparing on your new music, and we are waiting for it. Insecure. What inspired Insecure?
So I wrote that song back in like 2003. I was dating this dude that, you know, was kind of insecure, like really insecure. Like every single time I'd leave the house, he wants to know my whereabouts. He wants to know this, that, and the third. Oh, it looks like it's about to stop playing. Yeah, so basically the song in itself kind of just really explains the whole, you know, situation. So because he was always just so insecure, I'm like, nobody got time for that.
This one. All right, we like that he inspired good music. That is the thing about music. Even your worst situation will give good song. And we are grateful. We're going to be listening to Insecure shortly. But I want to know where can we find your music, and where can we find you personally on social media?
I am everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Let's see, TikTok. I'm on all those platforms. Instagram is one that I find myself using the most. Facebook, I also have that as well. I also have, let's see, you can find me on YouTube as well. So for YouTube, Spotify, anywhere music is sold, even Boomplay, all that has my music on there.
Yes, so you can find Benard's music anywhere.
So really, like, if you look me up, you'll find me.
Yes, if you look her up.
Yeah, I'm everywhere.
Yes, you will find her. Any final remarks as we close and listen to Insecure?
Just, you know, follow, like, subscribe. Let's keep the culture going. I mean, I'm a Kenyan in America, and I am trying to improve, you know, like have people listen to our music, you know, like Afrobeat has really taken over, you know, but we don't have Kenyan artists on that level. So we need to help each other get there.
Yes.
And it takes folks like you, folks like me, everyone that's listening to be able to like, subscribe, and push the brand forward. And we need to really appreciate Kenyan artists for real. And the way Nigerians do theirs, that's what we need to do for ourselves.
Yes, and we are going to be here to do exactly that. So like her music, subscribe, share with your friends to listen. And Ulrykah, we've had an amazing time with you. You are, apart from just a great musician, you are also very warm. We are happy to have you on the show. And right about now, we want to hear Benard's latest song called In.